Gregory Aldonis Hackett.
What's the deal?
What's good with you?
Good, man. We in the trenches.
Yeah, we most certainly are. What's this considered? What part of North is this?
Back in the day, it was called Richard Island. We right up the street from Richard Island, though.
Yeah. I was about to say, yeah, Richard Island down that way, right? Yeah.
Same shit, though. But it's not, but it is.
I got you. All right, you young critter, Kid Austin.
Yeah.
Stops Tev. That kind of hurt me a little bit. Salute the kid, though.
Yeah, that was a
great
shot
fucking performance, you know. Tev, I definitely was wrong about that when I thought Tev would get off on him.
Yeah.
What'd you see?
I think before the bell rang, Kid Austin had a look in his eye, and the look was to me, you know what I mean, I'll die in here tonight if I have to. I mean, if things go that far. He was ready to fight. Tev was loosened. He was looking loose, but you couldn't tell what was on his mind. And when the bell rang and they get out there, Tev was pressing the issue. I felt like he was pressing the issue more than Schofield was. Tev was exposing himself when he didn't have to. He was being the aggressor when he didn't have to. And before anybody could really come up with anything, he got caught with a right hook. It was a nasty right hook. And you know, Schofield was really like measuring shit out, timing him. Schofield was keeping his feet moving, timing him. You know what I mean? And right when he realized Tev was going to stay right in front of him, that's when he unloaded. And that was like, it was a perfect shot. And once that happened, there wasn't no recovering from it. I mean, I felt like when Tev got up from the first knockdown, he should have got on his toes to start using the ring. When you stand in front of a guy and he just hit you with a shot and it hurt you, you basically just giving yourself away. You got to get back on your feet and get your legs together and get your mind right. You know what I mean? He should have tried to stay away from him, but instead he walked right back into the fire and then, you know, got knocked down one more time, then got hurt again, then they stopped it. You know what I mean?
It was a weird angle to throw the right hook from. It seemed like he set the shot up with his feet.
Yeah.
Because he did the hop feint right before it and then jumped in right after the feint.
Yeah. He was in shape. He was in real shape. He was in rare form. You know what I mean? And he knew who he was fighting. I think Tev was just like, I'm fighting a young boy. I'm fighting a kid. His approach was kind of like, I'm fighting somebody that they ain't like that. And that was the wrong way to go about it, because for that kid, this was the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? For Tev, it was the wild card game. You know what I mean? He needed it, but if you lose, you wasn't supposed to win anyway, because you weren't even supposed to be in the playoffs. But if you win, you know what I mean? So it was that type of thing. It was like a wild card type of thing for him, and for the youngin, it was the Super Bowl, and he cashed out. I mean, he went in there, he showed his training, he showed everything he did in camp. He showed it that quick, that fast. It happened. I mean, and that's why you can't play with any man. You can't take anybody like. See, sometimes people be talking shit on these computers, on the interviews and shit, and they believe some of the shit they be saying. And sometimes they be talking shit just to sell it, but they know they in a dangerous fight. I felt like Tev kind of really believed, like, he can't fuck with me. After I felt like he really believed that. And I'm not saying in your mind you should say, oh no, this bull could knock me out, but no. That is kind of what I'm saying though. A motherfucker will knock you out and you can't take him for sweet. You know what I mean? Tev got a warrior spirit, man. He kept getting up and trying to fight, but it just wasn't there. And they wasn't trying to get him hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it happens. It's boxing.
Pops have been talking shit for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's been a bunch of situations where fights fell out. Abdullah Mason, they turned it down.
Yeah.
Ashton Silva, fight fall out. Shakur Stevenson, they ended up not fighting. This is like the week of the fight.
Yeah.
Was this something that Kid Austin needed to put the world back on notice? Like, no, y'all motherfuckers gonna take me serious.
Listen, them names you just named, except Shakur, never been in there with a guy like Tevin before. You know what I'm saying? So, not only did he make a statement, he moved up in the ranks, if you ask me. He moved up in the ranks because I don't care what nobody say. We just saw it. Tev is not an easy fight for anybody. I mean, we just saw that with Zepeda and we seen it with Muratalo. You know what I'm saying? We saw it already. So it's not like he was in there with a duck, a guy that you're gonna just hit and put out. No, but that's just what ended up happening. So for the guys like Abdullah Mason and who else you name, Ashton Silver and them, they gotta step it up. Now y'all gotta, And guess what? Abdullah been putting on great performances, but he don't have that one. He don't have one like, and I'm not saying he need one like that. He need a name like that, though. He need a name like that. And that's what Schofield did. Schofield went in there with a real guy who's been there time and time again, 10 and 12 round fights. That's know what it's like. They know what it's like to go the distance. They know what it's like to really get ready for a world-class fight. And he went in there and put him out. That's why that's a major statement. Sit down, Chi. Chi, you doing too much. Sit down. That's a major statement. Major. You know what I mean? That was something that you can't even really wish for a situation like that in a fight, because you don't think it's going to happen all the time. You know what I mean? We prepared for the worst. We prepared for the 12-round distance, even though it was a 10-round fight, but you prepared for that. You don't prepare to knock a motherfucker out right, like first round, first 40 seconds type shit. You know what I mean? That was crazy.
IG, fight that me and you talked about, right? It looked like it was going to happen, then it looked like it wasn't going to happen, and now it's definitely going to happen, right? Dev, Norman. I'm excited. Contrast the styles. Dev, 3rd division. Norman, first big name. And then, of course, we got Bill and Senior going to act a fool. Hopefully, they don't go too far with it. What you thinking?
I mean, based off everything you just said, shit, that make it sound like a good fight. It's supposed to be a good fight. Style-wise, like you said, you got the boxer and the puncher. Devin Haney, we know he come from like a program of boxing. Like his program to him to be on his feet, be moving, be giving you some rhythm.
He definitely give me Mongoose vibes.
Yeah.
The style of fighting.
And then you got Norman. He's shown that he could box, but he not a boxer. He trying to punch you out. He trying to knock you out. And he been putting on some good. He been putting on some good performances, right? And a fight like this is good because they both how old? Devin Haney, what? 26, 27?
No.
How old is he?
25, 26.
25, 26.
Yeah.
All right. So Devin Haney, he had that point where I've been an adult for, how long would you say you be an adult at 25? Being a real adult.
It depends, because some niggas been adults for like since 16. Some people been adults since like 23, 24, so it all depends. So
depending on what you think. All right. I don't know. I think if it just depends on the night. It depends on the night that you having from the fighters. I mean, where they minds is at, because Devin Haney could be on some boxing shit and be putting a fast jab on him and stabbing him to the body, stabbing him all in his shoulders and all that, breaking his body up. And Norman could walk right through that shit. You never know. Norman feet might be fast enough. I feel like Norman feet got to be fast enough. If his feet ain't fast, he done. You know what I mean? If his feet, and what I mean is Norman ain't picking them feet up. No, if he trying to slide them feet, he not gonna catch Devin Haney. But if he picking them up, he could catch Devin Haney. But Devin Haney, I don't know. He is quick. He is, even though he not as fully confident as he was before that Ryan fight. I feel like his confidence did. You know what I mean? A little bit. You know what I mean? A little bit. Not like, you know what I'm saying? But if he ain't on that, and he just fight, it could be a good fight. And the shit, I be hearing shit, the ring and all that. They trying to shrink the ring down and all that.
they do.
Trying to make sure they don't like that. I think that's cool, but I think they could work around it too. It's not that small. You know what I'm saying? It's some room. You just gonna have to pull your moves out. Now they just trying to see what motherfuckers really got. So you gotta pull your moves out. You know what I'm saying? Them big rings, you ain't gotta go crazy all the time. But them a little joint gonna make you. So, you know what I'm saying? This gonna be a good fight.
Yo, this is one of them joints where I'm seeing people be split down the middle, because you got fans that think that Norman is just gonna wipe Dev out, like there's no chance of hell, and then you got dudes that think that that Norman is slow feet and that Dev is going to outbox and clean.
Yeah.
If you had to lay money on the wood, who has the edge right now? Or who you think will have the edge come fight?
It's not the edge because, all right, let's look at Norman is catching these knockouts, right? And then look at the opponent. How you doing? You know what I mean? You go ahead.
Thank you.
Just go up. What you asked me again, Mill?
I said, who has the edge?
Nobody got no edge. Nobody got no edge. Devin Haney know too much boxing. If he stay on that and do what he doing, and he be in good shape and let his body take over and just work, he'll be good. But young boy can hurt you. Norman can hurt you. You know what I mean? But to see who gonna take it, Devin Haney in great shape. How I know he be in great shape when Ryan he would have been out. Even though they was trying to let him get put out, he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Not saying they was trying to let him, but I'm saying that John they was letting him fight.
Yeah.
They was letting him fight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I can't say who gonna take it because they both got the energy. They both. You know what I mean? They both.
Were you surprised that it got done? A lot of people thought it was bullshit. A lot of people thought it was internet shit.
No, I'm not surprised. The reason I'm not is because I know how Norman and them move. They trying to make sure if it's something they really see and they believe in it, they'll jump on it. I know how they is, and I know they've been looking for the opportunity. Not saying it's a bad thing.
Why is Dev the perfect fight for them? Why is Dev that opportunity?
Because he a wounded dog. He a wounded dog. They think his damage point's down. So you know what I'm saying? And he not really a wounded dog though. Like it just something did happen to it. Did happen. So it's like with football. It's like with football, right? It's like with football when somebody get hurt. You know what I'm saying? If you trade for that player, you gotta know that happened. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the history, the Carfax. You know what I'm saying?
Carfax, I like that.
That's the Carfax. You know what I'm saying? That's where you gotta look at it. So I don't know. That shit, I don't know. That's a good joint. Norman can punch. He is strong. He do be in good shape. But he got his spots too. Everybody, you know what I mean?
I think that this fight takes me in a couple of different places because it's like the battle of the distance. If Dev can control distance, he should win. If Norman can close the distance, he should win. But did your previous opponents prepare you for Devin Haney? Did your previous opponents prepare you for Brian Norman? Because to me, Jose Ramirez isn't as athletic as a Brian Norman.
No.
But Jen Sasaki, Quentin Randall, Cuevas, Noor Santillan is as athletic as a Devin Haney. So, excuse me, I'm sorry.
You saying these not the guys you've been fighting for Norman
for both.
For both. Devin Haney been in there with more styles. He been in there with, you know what I mean? He did more boxing. Devin Haney did more boxing. He got an IQ, high IQ. He do. Norman IQ ain't been tested to that level. Not yet. This shit right here. If I could get in there and I believe I could do something, I believe I punch hard enough. Norman wanted that's what he believed. This a big joint. This a big fight. This a big fight. This will change Norman whole shit. Norman
and Dev. because, like you said, people think that Dev is a wounded animal.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
Dev knocks off Norman.
That's what I'm saying.
If Norman knocks off Dev, he's a name now.
That's what I'm saying.
If Dev knocks off Norman, bro, he's a legend.
Doing. You say a legend?
A legend in the sense of what he came back from, and to go in there with a dude that's looked at as at his best right now.
Would he fighting him for the title? Is
Yeah,
the title gonna be on
3
the line?
divisions. I think Dev's already a Hall of Famer, but beating Norman stamps it.
That's a good joint for him. That's a good joint. I don't know, man. That's a good fight. I think Dev could do it. I think he got it. I think he got the shit. He definitely got the shit. He definitely got the ability and all that. He just gotta believe he wanna do it. He gotta believe it. Norman think he believe, like he not think, but he believe it. Norman believe like, oh, I could get Devin Haney. That's a wounded dog. See, sometimes something might have happened to a guy, but it would be some shit you ain't see. That shit we saw that night. Even though Cuz was on some bullshit, right, Garcia? You know what I'm saying? For Dev, that was a rough night. You know what I'm saying? We got to witness that. Big John, that was a big John. So when you see something like that, you think you know something about somebody. When his mindset at that time, his mindset not the same mindset that you about to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because he been through something. That's like yeah, that's motherfucker hit you like that. Yeah. So for him to get past that and get his groove, it could be, it could be scary for a lot of niggas. He could get real nasty off it. You know what I mean? He showed us the joint with what's his name, Ramirez. He showed us that's just coming outside. He bullshitted. He know it. You know what I'm saying? When he looked back at it. And now he can make an example out of you. You know what I'm saying? And then Norman is the Super Bowl. That'd be crazy.
Battle of the shit talkers, Jay.
Yeah.
In this corner, Bill Haney. In the red corner, you got Brian Norman Sr. Both dudes love the camera. Both dudes love talking shit. And I got 2 questions, right? One, I know both like to play mental games. So does their shit talking, does it manifest itself in the fight? Does it affect the fight? And 2, who has the edge as far as shit talking?
Yeah, that's. I think it do. I think the shit talking and all that do, cause this the show for Norman and them. This the show, so they gotta make this one happen. You know what I mean? Haney and them gotta almost be like, he shouldn't even did this. You know what I mean? So it's a good fight, 50-50 fight. Advantage.
Purely shit talking.
Advantage.
Some people feel like Bill might be.
It's probably gonna be Bill because Bill been doing it for a little bit longer.
Some people feel like Bill's the GOAT, but Brian Norman is the strong upstart, though.
Yeah, so they probably ain't gotta say nothing. I mean, let Bill talk.
They probably don't gotta say nothing, but you know damn well they.
They're not doing that. They ain't doing that. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. That's a good one.
Yo, but the thing is, both fathers talk so much shit, but their sons really don't say much, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't. They was probably raised the same. Put the work in. So, that's what they on. That's gonna be a good one, though.
Shit, you need your own show.
Who?
Shit.
She crazy. Go ahead, sit down. Yeah, I don't know.
What you think that first press conference gonna be like?
Bill gonna talk shit. That's what he do.
Bill talks shit even when the fights ain't got nothing to do with him, bro. He was talking
Bill,
crazy at Canelo and Crawford.
Yeah, that's gonna be funny.
Yo, he was talking crazy in the press conference. 100 people followed him out,
Yeah.
and they surrounded him just to take pictures and to talk shit to it.
Yeah, he. That's you, cause you gonna get. That's like catching $1 Million Man back in the day on wrestling. Like that's like running into one of them, Hulk Hogan or somebody. Cause he funny like that. He talks that shit. So, you know what I mean? They had to. I mean, you might get your moment fucking with Bill. You know what I mean? People do listen to him. It's a good job. Norman just talk shit. You could tell Norman when Bill said some shit about his mom, and then Norman was like, bro, I don't want to get into all that. Like, come on, bro.
That was out of pocket.
Yeah, like,
that was out of pocket.
Why you want to be on that type time? But then how he ended up getting with him, that's that. You know what I'm saying? So,
He held it back for as long as he could.
yeah. Funny as shit. Yeah, that shit was funny as shit. So we'll see. We already know Bill gonna be talking this shit. Brian Norman gonna be, trying to come up with some shit. It is what it is. I like the fight though. I like the fight. I like that.